I'm just going to tell you all our story, what we've done here at Mathis Pharmacy, how we kind of came to decide we were going to do DPP, and then tell you kind of where we've gotten up until that point. A little over a year ago, we had decided that we wanted to reach more people with our education services and our enhanced services. And so we had thought about DPP, but just over a year ago, we had made no decisions to do it. And here we are, almost 3/4 of a year in, and we are doing it. So just last spring, we received the NCPA grant to participate in their project to start a DPP service in our community pharmacy. We recruited over the summer. We started our first cohort this past fall, our initial cohort, with an effective date of September 1st, which if you're not familiar with DPP, that probably sounds like a very strange phrase, but it will be something that as you apply to be a DPP provider with the CDC, you get an effective date, and that plays into when your outcomes are due to the CDC that you have to report every 6 months. Over the winter, we did transition from that core phase, which is the meeting almost weekly, to the core maintenance phase, where we are now meeting every 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes even a month. And we did successfully submit our 6-month data to the CDC, and we got that thumbs up saying that we did everything well thus far. So that's kind of just to give you a place of where our program currently is, and so where these tips and tricks have come from. So our prevention team, I am the lead for our team. I'm, of course, a pharmacist. I do our diabetes education program, so it was just kind of a natural progression that I would also head up our diabetes prevention program. So with that, I am responsible for, I'm the primary health coach, so I attend most of the classes. We do have some other trained lifestyle coaches on staff. We have a pharmacy technician and a part-time pharmacist that is also trained as they are also trained as lifestyle coaches. So if for any reason I had to miss, there were backup. We didn't have to change the cohort schedule. I'm responsible for data reporting and recruiting, and then also kind of thinking about it as a sustainable service as well as the billability of it. Those are kind of my responsibilities, but I am not doing this alone. So we have 2 other trained lifestyle coaches that have been very helpful when it comes to the weekly meetings of we have to log weights and exercise minutes for every participant for every class. So they help me gather that data on a weekly, or if it's the core maintenance phase, biweekly or monthly basis. We also have a community pharmacy resident here at our pharmacy, and they are gonna, as we roll out our next cohort, they are gonna actually take over one of the classes with the help of one of our other lifestyle coaches. And then we have pharmacy students here that are always on rotation, and I cannot tell you how helpful it is to have student learners who are eager to participate in new programs like this. They also really help with the effectiveness of the time that a pharmacist or a full-time employee has to spend. So our students do all of our documentation in our EHR of the appointments, and they also really help create those one-on-one personal bonds with our participants that has really helped with our retention of people in our classes. And then, as all of you probably know, in community pharmacy, it is very important for us to have a pharmacy owner who genuinely wants to make a difference in the community. This program right out of the gate is not going to be something that you're going to be able to bill on day one and make a ton of money on. This is an investment in your community. And as independents know, that is something that we are always looking for. And it's important that that benefit that is not just black and white numbers is highlighted, the importance that of the good that it can do for the people in the community. So our successes, like I mentioned before, we are about 8 months into offering our first cohort, and we have had great attendance. We have had 19 participants in our first cohort, and 100% of them attended the requirement of 9 core sessions. So there are actually 16 core sessions in that first 6 months. It is required by the CDC that at least a certain percentage of them attends 9 of them. All of our people attended at least 9 of them. Most of them actually had 100% participation in them, and I'll tell you a little bit why later. But we've also had very good results. 11 out of our 19 participants have lost that minimum goal of 5% of their body weight, and they're still working on it. They still have almost 4 months left to continue with their weight loss journey. So they're doing very, very well. And we did get our thumbs up from the CDC as far as recognition goes at our 6-month mark. And then my final advice to you would be that I know this is an enhanced service, but it is also an investment. As I've mentioned, your bottom line is not going to be affected in the first month or 2 that you're offering it, but it's an investment in your community, in your business, and in your people, which as independent pharmacists, that is what we thrive on. That is what we're here for. It's for our people. And the value goes well beyond the billable hours of it, and the impact we have seen literally changes lives.